When the staff found out that the clinic has been destroyed, we were devastated. We were shocked initially, but then it sank in and we got affected negatively, emotionally. We felt like it was ourselves who was in the fire.
I got a call from a student and she was screaming, "Our lives are burning." I was shocked. In fact, no one, including me, would ever think that a building like agriculture can be burnt. It carries with it a significance, a weight of history.
We have a priority program called HAST. HAST is HIV, STI, and TB. That program requires space. So with that new clinic, there was a space only for TB, where you have to collect sputa safely. The district was very happy with that space because it would accommodate the ARVs. Because right now we work as a pickup point for students. When we test a student and the student is positive, we put the student on a program called CCMDD, and then the student will get a message that your treatment is available, and then the student will come to us to fetch the medication. Then that also needs space for us to store. We also give them the program called PrEP, that is pre-exposure prophylaxis, which we give to HIV-negative students so that they do not get infected with HIV from a positive partner.
At the time the fire happened, it's towards the end of the year, and that period is a critical time in the life of our postgraduate students. They were busy analyzing their data, and students cannot carry samples away because the lab is the best place you keep those kinds of samples, and many of those data were completely lost. The laboratory itself was recently renovated by the university. So both equipments that were previously there and the newly procured equipments all got burnt in the fire. So when we talk about what did we lose as a department, I usually tell people we lost everything. When I was asked to tabulate what was lost, and we managed to get to about 33.3 million rand worth of loss just for my department alone, which is animal and pasture sciences. You can then imagine what will happen to the other departments in the same building, which is agronomy, for example. They also lost all of their equipment.
7 buildings were destroyed by the fire. And in those 7 buildings, one of them was the HR building, which housed HR personal files for the whole organization. But we had to swiftly move into the recovery mode of saying, how are we going to recover these personal files? And what we have done, it was to develop the checklist of saying, what are the critical files that we have lost? What's the critical information that we have lost? Because with this incident as well, we had to fast-track the digitization of the human resources records.
For teaching and learning, we have to find innovative ways, including thinking about how to fastly build a collaboration that can lead to us accessing facilities elsewhere. We are now going to, in the new year, send our students to other facilities within the province. We have discussed with them. They do not have all of the equipment that we have here in the university that was burnt down. So we would need to use what we can find. For example, we've checked with the government. They have 1 or 2 labs we can access. The rest of the labs where we cannot find facility, we need to talk to our colleagues in other institutions. If we will send students there, we will have to do that. If we will send samples there, we will have to do that so that research will not completely stop. So we will have to rebuild from scratch.
Another exercise that we will be doing, since we lost the information, it will be to verify each and every employee employed by the University of Fort Hare. So this incident has actually given us an opportunity to ensure that we also strengthen our governance controls and also ensure that our records are accurate and we can account for them. And that's what we'll be doing in Q1 in 2026. With regards to the building, it's going to be restored and it will be restored by the end of December 2027.
It will take time to recover from this. So it will also affect those that are coming in the coming years, because we're not sure now when we'll be able to rebuild what has been destroyed. It might have high financial impact, we don't know.
History teaches us many things. We cannot stop building the future generation of scientists that will be able to lead the country forward. We have managed to touch base with what next we have to do, and we think that we will have to continue what we do. Buildings have been burnt, but like the university said, it will be rebuilt. We will continue doing what Fort Hare does best, to train human capacity.